Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. It is April 25th, 2023. If you're wondering, I am even more bundled up today. I still got some sort of bug in me. It's just making me feel cold at all times. As you can tell, my sinuses and everything are fine, but I just feel like I'm shivering. So I got some sort of thing in me. So I'm basically covered up with two sweatshirts, my comfiest hat, and a heated blanket over my chest here to try to keep that warm, and it seems to make me more comfortable. But I just don't have a whole lot of energy to do anything other than sit here. So I thought, let's play a game. Um, some somewhat big updates over the last day with Pilgrim, my exploration character. Um, so I'm going to jump into there and show you what I've done with him. Partly to what I'd like to try to do with his type of character, where I'm not leaving a whole lot of money on the table whenever I'm bringing back these exploration items from relic and data sites. Um, and then some other things that I've done with him. And then I'm going to be starting my next excursion. I just got done with the Outer Ring, and I thought today will be my first excursion, and as an exploration mission or exploratory. I guess it'd be more of an exploratory mission. I'm going to be heading into Curse. I used to spend a little bit of time down here last year. I was hanging out in HLW Tech HP for a little while. I've got a character out there from another account, I think. Um, and Basically, I spent a little bit of time here, but didn't scout it out a whole lot. So we'll hit that for the second half of the video after I show you the updates that I've got. So we're going to go
Connecting.
ahead and boot in with Mr. Pilgrim here. Oh, this might take a little bit. And just a little bit of a reminder, this character is not my main character. He's my exploratory character. Um, he's very, very low skill points. Um, Basically, I'm only using the daily points that you can get off of your skill sprees or any other bonuses that you can get through doing some of the air career programs. Just to give you an example, um, I think he's only like 7 or 8 days old, but let's look at his spaceship command. He's only got a 2 in Galite frigate. He is an exploration guy, but just to show you, let's see here, scanning. Not very high skills here either. Now I have a few points sitting down here that I could dump in here, but I'm kind of holding off on that. I'm using these points sparingly unless I need them. An example of that would be today I had one of the free um, unclaimed items that came through from doing the exploratory missions, and I was able to grab, or it dropped me a scan range finding array, which I switched out with my extra afterburner in for that. Um, and what does that mean? Well, I had to its requirements were to have astrometric range finding 2. I only had level 1, so I used my skill bank for that. So I'm very, very slowly, incrementally updating this character. Just to kind of show you that you can, being an exploration, well, not show you, it's kind of fun to do as much as you can with a little bit of stuff. I do have my main account that I really work on the skills and stuff like that, and I like to play around with that with my corporation. This is going to be that side account that is just really used more so for checking out areas and having some side fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it right now, though. I think almost any time you make a new character, it's kind of fun. Everything is open to you. Some skills that I did just buy. I got Jury Rigging 1. metallurgy level 1, research level 1, astronomic range finding, like I told you earlier, and then I did upgrade the archaeology level 2 and the Galente frigate level 2 over the course of today when I got home. I think every time that I go out and explore and do some relic and data sites and I'm able to make it home, I'm going to look at, okay, what can I upgrade to the character first and then the ship. Like I was able to throw on another rig here that I got for free. I was able to get that range finding array, which, if you don't know what it does, it's just a increases the scan strength of the scan probes. Um, Again, not the most perfect fit ever. Just kind of building as I go along. If I get blown up, I have a base to start from. Just basic regular combat or core scanner probes. Definitely upgrades that can be done in the future. Um, Now, you may have wondered, I don't know if you caught that whenever I was going through the skills. I upgraded my jury rigging, my metallurgy, and my research level 1 skill to just a level 1. Why did I do that? When I brought back my ill-gotten booty, I brought back over 100 million ISK worth of salvage and data site stuff. And I wanted to see, rather than just selling those items, would it be possible for me to start building rigs um, and then selling those on the market versus just selling the basic, the core items that I'm bringing back? And would it be worthwhile? So what I ended up doing was I pulled up, I had the largest number of items that I'd gotten was the damaged artificial neural network. Um, this was the item here. I think I had like 104 of them. So I was able to go in here and look at the different blueprints that this one item would be able to build out of that. And I was able to find, and there's a lot of different ones here, but I know that a lot of people use the overclocking unit rig. And I noticed that in the area of sync liaison, it generally sells for 89,000 ISK. So now you can do a bunch of different things here. The small gravity capacitor, blah, 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 blah. So what I ended up doing was this was the lowest price that it was selling for. Um, and then I took and found out, went and bought that blueprint, found out what I need for each. So I would need 3 damaged artificial neural networks, 4 charred microcircuits, and 2 conductive polymers for that one. Pricing them out at the lowest sales price for the damaged artificial neural networks, they were going for 200. The charred microcircuits were going for 200, and then you got the more expensive, the conductive polymers were going for 16,000. And you need 2 of those. Sorry. So in general, just parts. If I were to sell these off as parts, I could have gotten around 34,000 ISK. Could I put them up for a little bit higher price and let them sell for a little while? I could have done that. Maybe have gotten 40, maybe 45,000 ISK if I was real careful about it, but then you're putting it up there. So as you can tell, 34,000, 33.4 thousand ISK is the cost of material goods versus the lowest, and this is the lowest sales price for this one, and there were a lot of them up for sale. They're selling not too bad for 89,000 ISK. So rather than just selling the raw parts, I'm going to slowly start accumulating them and slowly start accumulating the BPOs for these at my home station. And the other part being that I didn't start making them yet. I bought one blueprint to try it out, and then I went and got metallurgy and research so that I could research that blueprint while I'm on one of my excursions out into the middle of nowhere. And I put it in for 3 days, and that will lower the material cost as well, and also the time cost of making different things. So I don't know how well this will do. This is a nice little side project rather than just selling things off. There's not a whole lot of investment there. Could I just sell these things right off the bat? Yeah, I could. But this is a little bit of an extra little thing that I can do while and have it cooking while I'm off doing my explorations. And maybe over long haul, I make ISK off of that. Next time I fly in, maybe I pick up one more blueprint and just slowly rinse, repeat, that sort of thing. Um, Kind of fun to learn a couple different things as you're doing that sort of thing. Obviously, the skills I use could make things better as well, but my skills are going to be very limited. Now, do I balance my production skills versus my exploration skills? We'll find out. So that is where I was at with those guys. I'm back out here almost into low sec and then null sec. Just to give you an idea, um, so right now I'm in Ihal. Ihal? Yes. Ihal is right here. Where I'm going to be going to is Sendaya and then going into the system of Durell, or I'm going to try to go there. I'm going to be going through 2 low-sec systems, and as you know, if you've watched any of my videos or even played the game for any minute or two, um, the going from a low-sec area to a null-sec area can be a little bit iffy. Now there is, and this is actually the first time I noticed this. There is one other option here, and you know most of this I'm doing is to have the fun of exploration, but the other part is scouting out long term for my corporation to be able to find a home out either in low sec or null sec where we can own our own little piece of the world. Um, and I'm looking right here, and if you notice, there's a little branch up here on its own, and there are 2 NPC systems with stations here. One of them has all of the facilities that you might need. I don't know if that is something that people would want to go do, or if there's anybody already living up here. Almost every time you find a nice little system area like this, somebody's already claimed it. But you never know. This is one of those where it's kind of sneaky there. So maybe I'll take a gander up there at some point to see what's going on. But my first goal today, to make it interesting, is try to get into Curse. Now, whether or not I can make it there is questionable, but I'll be coming in from this direction, going in through Durell. Curse is an interesting area. It's very similar to the Great Wildlands. I've only been here a little bit. I remember the areas that I was in doesn't have asteroid belts, similar to the Great Wildlands. The other part here, it is very well separated into little pockets. If you notice, you've got one pocket here, another pocket here, another pocket up here. I'm going to keep saying it, and then another pocket here. So each constellation is its own little pocket. So if somebody wanted to move in here with their group, they could actually set this up. It also has a decent number of NPC stations. This is NPC controlled. It's not player controlled. But each one of these areas is its own little pocket of interesting stuff. Where if you go into the Great Wildlands, it's more, now there are pockets here and it's a little bit larger, but there's these big highway stretches along and very few NPC stations. So we'll spend some time up here down the road. If you've watched any of my videos in the last 6 months, you know that I was living there for quite a while. But I didn't really do exploratory missions out there. I more so just lived out there for a little while. Ooh, this heat blanket's starting to make me feel better. That's pretty cool. Um, the only other thing that I kind of noticed here is when you come into Curse, into Doril. Notice how this one constellation here, and let's go ahead and constellation names. The constellation name of Heaven. Ah, that's interesting. Notice how all of its systems actually have names, whereas all of the other systems here, Paradise and Tranquility and Rapture, all these other constellations are under your normal NPC or nullsec uh, naming conventions. You've got MDD TAC 79 and GTAC R4W1. So maybe there's some lore history or something along those lines for this area right here. I don't know. Um, but we're going to try to get in here. At least I'm going to take a look at it real quick. I did set up my auto flight to Doril. I think I did not. Oops, let's go. Doril. There we go. It's 3 jumps away. Set that up. Now the biggest thing is going from Sendaya to Doril is you're going into NPC nullsec. So there can be bubbles there. Doesn't mean I can't die before I even get there. So let's just check out the map real quick. See how we're doing as far as ships and systems. We've got ships destroyed in the last hour. Ihal, I got nothing. Mifrida, nothing. Sendaya, nothing. Now the question is, Doril, I've got nothing. How about, now what I want to do is see if there are average pilots in space in the last 30 minutes. Doril has an average of 2 pilots in space, so that's interesting. Sendaya has an average, 12 in space. So, an average of 12, but no deaths in the last hour on average. So, this could be a little bit iffy when I try to go through here. We're going to try it. Why not? The ship is not worth that much. I haven't really gotten too many things, and it'll just send me home so I can build another ship and check on my production. Okay. Go ahead and undock here. This being the, I had nobody else in local, so I'm feeling, well, I'm in high sec anyway. Now the big thing here is all of these gates, I don't have an afterburner, I have a micro warp drive on because that helps me with my scanning. Until I get to high sec, if there is somebody out here wanting to shoot me, if I run through a gate, my only kind of recourse at that point, most of the time, will be to try to crash gate back. There might be a slight chance another one, but if I do go into a warp bubble, I won't even be able to do that because I won't be able to use my micro warp drive to get to the gate. So we're gonna find out here. Let's go ahead and go. Remember, Mifrida and Sendaya had a decent number of people in there.
Drive active.
So we're hoping there isn't a gate camp. Also, I'm going to be setting up some save spots along the way. Not going to feel the need to do as crazy a save spots in the low sec areas, but I will try to do at least one. Here we go. Each gate is a question. We've got 4 guys in system. Nobody on the gate. Get off the gate as quickly as possible. Mark within 100. Control B. Safe.
Warp drive active.
You've seen me do this 1,000 times. There we go. All I'm going to do here is see, I want to go to that gate. Looks like there is a Fortizar near that gate. So I'm going to warp 100 off of that. Warp within 100.
Warp drive active.
Just going to make up a second save spot. Oops. Oh, shoot. I forgot I set those. There we go. Need to fix that one. Edit location. And then... Aha! So, we got that guy there, Lester. Now save to, warp to it.
Warp
He's
drive
178 kilometers off. This is where you got to be a little bit careful. Or member of fuel. Ugh. Lester Knight Shaken. Okay. So what I want to do is see. You notice he had a marking on him. There it is. He's in a rock. Good. So I'm going to pull up Z kill board and see if, because what he could be doing is sitting on this side of the gate, waiting to see who's coming through and telling the 12 guys who were in space on the other side. Okay. So I just want to look up. Ooh, I need to make sure I'm doing my D-scanning. Okay. Let's get on the move just a little bit. D-scan. Good. Okay. Lester. Just looking him up here. Knight Chikrin. Want to see. Yes, he is 98% dangerous. Looks like he has no problems blowing up almost any type of ship. Let's just take a quick look here. I'm going to pull this down. There we go. So he's been doing some killing today. Just I am still keeping my D-scan up down here, but just to give you an idea of things that I kind of look for. So he killed a couple people in Derelict, Mifrata, a bubble here. Ooh, a 676 million ISK pod. Wow, from Fraternity. That's kind of impressive. Now the question is, did he do it as a group? Look at all that right there. Looks like it was just him involved there. D-scan here again, just to keep an eye out. So Mifrata. So all these kills in Mifrata. Now, when was the last time that happened? That was at 1300. Right now it is 1600 hours. I wanted to see. Looks like a purple helmeted. So this was a group killing. Drake at the Stargate. Looks like to Janaleb. Okay. So, just getting some general feel for what's going on here. Now, there's other guys here, probably. Member of Sworn to Purple Helmeted Warriors, and me, and Purple Helmeted Warriors. Okay. So that's the question. This guy is sitting here. Show info. And then This Fortizar is owned by a corporation and the Purple Helmeted Warriors. So they are just basically watching this gate for what's going on. So now it gets to be interesting. Do I take the chance to try to get through here? That would be really kind of dumb of me. Let's go ahead and move this back down. Just keeping an eye out, just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at right now. So Mephrata, I'm in Mephrata right now. Looks like they killed somebody over here at Jamas, at that gate. It was a couple hours ago. Now the question is, how close is Jamas to the Sendaya gate? And is that important? Because maybe they're watching both. Good, good, good. Got a venture. Zoltesh is... Ooh, that's interesting. Who is Zoltesh? Is he somebody on his own? He is. Okay. So second thing. Zendaya is only that far away. JMS is very far away. So why is this guy sitting here? Is he just hanging out on tether? Remember earlier when I checked the map, it said that there were 12 guys in space in Zendaya, if I remember correctly. So we had one pilot in system, and then Zendaya we have 12 pilots in system. And that is pilots in space in the last 30 minutes. So, do we take the chance to go through? Normally I shouldn't, but I'm going to. Because that makes good content for my YouTube video channel. Whatever. The ship is, just to show you here, the ship is not that expensive. It's worth 1.3 million ISK. Okay, so let's take a shot at it. Still looking right here. What I want to do is just one last thing is make sure that he is not sitting directly on the gate. So we're going to do our directional scan down to 5% and then scan the gate itself. Okay, so he is actually near the gate, but I think that's where the Fortizar is. Yeah, he's still on the Fortizar. You guys want to do it? Let's do it. Why not? Let's get up here, take a look, because I want to get the curse. This will kind of show you. I mean, I got in and out of the outer ring pretty easily. This will be interesting. Now, the big thing here is I'm still in low sec, so the gate camp would have to be on the gate. Okay, so he is basically on that station, probably just scouting who's coming in or out. Now, the big thing here is there's a bunch of people on here. Are they on gate? No, they are not. Planet. Control B.
Warp
Save
drive
one.
active.
And good. We got through. Well, that was fun. Maybe I made more out of it than I needed to. But now, why are there 12 people in system? Now, there are a lot of NPCs destroyed here. Ah, okay. So we got a mining group. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So that is why so many people are on in space right now. So let's just take a quick look at the map. I'm going to warp to my safe spot. Look at the...
Warp drive active.
Looks like there is a station close to the gate to drill. So I'm going to warp to the station. drop a save point as I get close. Once I stop warping right now. And then I'll be just outside of, there we go. So we're going to warp within 100. I don't want to warp to the station. I want to warp just outside of it.
Warp drive active.
Safe 2. Not really bothering with where these safe spots are since it is low sec. I could take the time to do that. But really I'm just setting up some random safe spots that if I come back in, next time maybe I'll reorder them. But my number one piece of importance is to try to get through this gate. So Drill is where I want to be. I got nobody on gate other than this shuttle.
Warp drive active.
So we're going to try. Here we go. Let's see if we can make it to nullsec. If we can make it to nullsec, I'll be very happy. My second goal is to find a system with no one in it. Okay, here we go. Big, 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 big. Nobody up. I got a mobile warp disruptor. Got somebody on gate here. Okay. To warp.
Warp drive active.
So they have a drag bubble set up there. There we go. Okay. Whew. Okay. So here's the deal. When I came through the gate, and I won't update my directional scanner just yet. When I came through the gate, there was a mobile warp disruptor, 71 kilometers off the gate. And then there were an Executor and an Executor Navy issue sitting at that, probably at that bubble. What they're trying to do is actually snag people who are trying to leave NPC nullsec. If they were trying to get people who were coming into NPC nullsec, they would have dropped that bubble at the gate. So me dropping the save spot since I'm in nullsec is actually really good. We're going to go Zendaya. There we go. Now I'm going to warp back to this sucker. Up to 100.
Warp drive active.
So that was cool. I wish I could have spent a little. I could have taken a little bit of time while I was still cloaked up for that minute to kind of show you guys a visual of it. But when I was able to warp away, I dropped the save spot about 0.5 AU off of the Zendaya gate. So now, if I do try to come back out, I can warp to this save spot right here and see by descanning whether or not there are some mobile warp disruptors. So that is huge. And this is where I can't emphasize this enough. Dropping save spots as you're exploring, because I used to do this all the time. I would go out and I'd find all this stuff and then have to work my way home. Whereas as I'm working my way out there, and I'm dropping save spots, I can get out a lot easier with my ill-gotten gains and maybe go back in and do it a couple more times before I have to change those save spots. So always keep your D-scan up. Ooh, we got a Griffin support. Okay. But yeah. Okay, see, we are here. Now, I'm scared to warp to the gate right now because I could get dragged into that warp bubble depending on the direction that I'm coming in at it. I didn't really take notice as to where it was on either side. I would love to actually fly at it and show you guys what the physical view of that warp bubble looks like. But just in general, they usually try to drop them a certain distance off the gate, so when somebody warps into the gate, it will then drag them to the bubble off of the gate, and then you've got one or two guys sitting there ready to shoot you. So this was really a trap set for people leaving versus people coming in. If they had dropped the bubble on the gate, then they would have been able to probably tackle me, because I would have been inside of that bubble, um, and died. But hey, we made it in. Ooh, now we got a stabber, Bubba. So the question is, see, this is where I would love to be a fly on the wall, to be able to, and down the road, as I slowly build up my skills, I'll be able to make some more videos of this. What I'll do is I will actually fly and stay in cloak and watch these warp bubbles, and these gate camps to give you guys videos of how they're used and learn the different tactics that they use to combat them. Right now, I don't have a cloak ability for that, so I don't have the save spots. And as I come in and out of these NPC areas, I'll set up more and more little save spots that I can do this from. So, cool. Okay. So while this is up, down below, you can't see on my other screen. Well, you can see it right now. I'm going to go to drill here. That's where I'm at right now. I want to try to get to another station. It can either go Utopia or Jorend. Utopia or Jorend here. I want to find a system with a station that does not have anyone in it right now, if that's even possible. Now, as I said earlier, almost any one of these systems, if I go to it, could end up having somebody gate camping. So any one of these jumps, it's going to be a little bit tougher than it was the outer ring, which is obviously we've got 5 people here. You saw in the outer ring there was hardly anybody out there. Um, cool. So I'm gonna go Jorund. Why not? Well, let's check the map. Let's see if we've got anybody in system average wise. So drill, 3 pilots in system, CC. Okay, so we got nobody in Jorund and nobody in Utopia. How about deaths in the last 30 minutes? Average ships destroyed in the last hour. Surprised nobody's died in either one of those. So Jorund 1 has been destroyed. So that tells me I want to try Utopia instead. Let's go Utopia. It is not a perfect science, but if it works 1 out of every 10 times, that is 1 out of every 10 times. I just made a mistake. I am warping. I did not check to see if there was any bubbles here. I could be warping directly into a bubble. I'm about to find out. That was kind of dumb. You just kind of get used to doing things. Spent too much time in high sec. Okay, cool. No bubbles. Good, good, good. Somebody's got the name Don't Shoot Please. That's kind of funny. Um, okay, so we got 3 here. We're going to go planet. Made 2 mistakes there. I'm just going to pick one randomly. I did not set up a save spot off of the Utopia gate. But I am going to remember to set one up. There we go, for the drill gate if I want to get them out. Got a Gia out here somewhere. Good. Alright. So, do I land here? Do I try to go up to Hemen? Let's check out Hemen here real quick. The dog has entered the room. We're going to go for Hemen. If you guys haven't seen her in a little while, I have a dog looking at me right now thinking she wants to go outside and play. Ooh, get nobody in system anymore. Cool. So I'm going to do what I did yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and dock up. Let's go to the Galente one. Because we're Galente, why not? It doesn't really matter.
Warp drive active.
And I'm going to dock up, and then I'm going to exit and set an undock save spot up. And then for the rest of the day, I'm going to go ahead and log
Docking
off,
permission
go play
requested.
with the dog for a little while, then come back on, and I'll do some research and maybe give you guys an update as far as
Docking request
the
accepted.
Heaven constellation and maybe more in Curse. Oop, we got another guy who did just come in system. Okay, I'm still going to try to do this. Just going to have to keep an eye out for everything. So let's go ahead and undock. Now there is going to be traffic coming through this system. This is a kind of along a route here. So I'm not moving at all. I'm just going to hit my micro warp drive. Try to get moving. Just wanting to get to at least 150 kilometers off. Usually like to go a lot farther than that. I might do a little bit different one later on. Oop, he's gone. Okay, so we can let it sit for a little while. So, this dog has like 15,000 bones, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it chewing on one right now. Flying. Flying. We're at 105 kilometers. So, basically, what I'm going to try to do, go ahead and pull this up here. And keep an eye on local while still. I'm going to try to check out all of the system. Now, if you notice here, player-controlled NPC spaces here, and catch, also catch right here. So this is a trek through here. This is probably an area where multiple people do live at, or actually travel through. So you're going to see a lot of through traffic here, I think. Also people coming in through Derelict, going maybe the same way that I did. So there's going to be a lot more traffic here than you'd normally see in either the Great Wildlands or in the Outer Ring, things like that. The question is, can you live out of an NPC station here for a while as a group? Because there are a lot more NPC stations, and who lives here, and would you be causing any issues for them? Should you care? You know, probably should care, especially if you're not that strong. So, where are we at now? We are now at 270 kilometers. Cool, cool, cool. Just going to keep on trucking. I like to do this as randomly as possible. And I'm going to minimize this so you won't be able to tell where my actual save spot is. I'm talking quietly. I don't know if you can hear this, but the dog can hear it. So I'm going to keep talking a little bit louder. Sorry. I have no idea if that picked up by the microphone. Okay, so we got that. We'll go ahead and turn off the micro warp drive. We'll go ahead and Control B, safe, undock. I'm going to say Galente. Wait a second. Moon 22. There we go. Why am I saying that? Moon 22 is the Galente Industrial Station. It's the one that I docked up at. So that'll tell me which station this undock is for. And submitted. There we go. Okay. Then I'm going to warp to my save spot. And we'll go ahead and
Warp
log off in
drive
space.
active.
Kind of cool. Got to see a few things, got to dodge a few things, use a little bit of D-scan, got a little lucky with the trap set for the opposite direction. What does that tell you? Fly with a scout first, or bigger guns. I've always wondered what would happen if you flew through in a gate camp like that. If you just rolled in with like a massive battleship. Now, the executors are good with remote armor rep, and maybe they have other friends that can. Obviously, the purple helmeted warriors or whoever might be on the opposite side, waiting for you to get tackled. Don't know. Um, but yeah, so cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and log this puppy off. And I'm gonna have some more fun with this later on tonight, but I won't bother you guys with recording it. I'll probably just be doing some research, what stations are available, what agents are available, who owns uh, the not the Pocos, the customs offices, what the taxes are on those, that sort of thing. So definitely going to start checking that out over the next couple days. I do go back to work tomorrow, so my time to play will be a little bit more limited. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So hey guys, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however you want. I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.